Good morning! Back at the shop shed, right? Back in the backyard. It's a little house. So I'm doing a little different. Building what is. Let's start over. Good morning. I'm Van, backyard carpenter. Baby boomers can do. Jane is at work for a county board. What I'm doing this morning, I'm back in the shop shed at the little house in our backyard, and I'm building what is called a shotgun holding rack. Let's see if I. All right. Ooh, it looks like this. Okay. It has slots for either 4 or 5 shotguns because I'm part of what they call sporting clay. Well, we shoot sporting clays, right? So there's 11 stations, so we need 11 of these to hold our shotgun. But anyway, so what I'm doing is I'm going to show you how I start off. I got to drill a hose and split that down the middle. Okay, this is the board I'm working on. It's 24. What do you mean what happened to my hair? What? What do you mean what happened? Okay, I accidentally threw my head in the dryer and my hair shrank, okay? This is called the Christmas holiday haircut. But anyway, back to what we're doing. So this board is 24 inches. Alright, so I'm doing them 4 inches apart. So I'll make a mark at 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. Okay, now I have to come across with this, because this is 5.5, alright, which is my halfway point is going to be 2 3/4, okay, because it's 5.5, so I do 2 3/4, meaning X marks the spot. Okay, so I just go along and mark 2 3/4 every 4 inches. Alright, now what I got to do is set up my saw and use this kit to drill out the hose, then take on the table saw and split it. Okay, this is a hole saw bit for my drill. Alright, I'm going to put it on 2. Okay, 2. Alright, and this comes in different sizes, 3 parts. You got to put this on to this, tighten down that nut. So I've already got X marks the spot. Let's start drilling them out with this. All 5 holes are drilled out now. So it's a matter of finding the halfway point. Again, we got 5.5. That would be 2 3/4. So I've made a line. Right, so now I got to set up my table saw. Alright, I only want the blade high enough to go through the material, so I'm going to slide it over here. I just barely wanted to go through the material, so there's no strain on the blade itself. And then I'm going to move this over to a little less than 2 3/4, like 11/16. What it is this blade takes out 1/8 of an inch of material. So here we go. It's a matter of building the shotgun stands with these. So I've got these tops so I can do 2. What I did is this actually used to be a 4x4, and I took it to my table saw and I ripped it in 2. The problem with table saws is they got a 10-inch blade, and they only go up to 3 inches, and these are 3.5. So you have to run it through one time and then flip it over to finish it out. And because the blade's eating the material from the inside, it gets real hot. So that's what I'm going to make my sides for my shotgun stand. All right, so I'm gonna. This is my side. This is my top. All right, so excuse me. That's my top, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to start a screw in here and then put it on top of the side. Alright, now I'm going to put this like so. No, she's trying to spin on me. Oh, make sure I don't get my thumb. Alright, that's one on that side. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Something. What I have to do next is I have to measure the distance between here, which is 20 and 13/16, and cut a piece to match down here, like this one over here. Okay? So that's what I got to do next on my combo saw. Okay, the rule is always to measure twice, cut once. So I went back and measured again the opening on my shotgun stand, the new one I'm building, and it's actually 20 and 7/8. So that's what we're going to cut. Now, this is the bottom. Now, I'm going to have to run through the table saw to clean off, because this is decking boards, and notice it's got a rounded side on each. So I need a smooth side, not rounded. So I'm going to put it on my table saw and take out just a little bit, because I have to put an extension. This is not quite wide enough for the butt of a shotgun. This time I'm using brad nails that are 1 3/4 inches, and I'm going to sink them. This is my side that makes it so I can sink them just as deep as possible. Alright, so I'm twisting that to countersink them, as it's called. Alright, so now it's a matter of nailing them. This is the back piece. They were 20 and 7/8. Alright, now for my front piece, I'm dealing with a knot on this side, so I'm going to go out a little bit. Notice that I took my time sending that 4x4 through, because the blade was only up 3 inches and trying to go through 3.5-inch material. So now I have 2 sides for my next shotgun stand. Oh, by the way, if you hear Christmas music in the background, it's a figment of your imagination. All right, so anyway, I'm done. I got 4 of them made. I'm getting ready to go deliver them to the Boy Scout camp, where they do the sporting clay. It's 11 stations. It's sporting clay. Skeet is just, they go like this and that's it. And sporting clay, you don't know where they kind of come from. So this again is just scrap material from another group that builds handicap ramp for people who desperately need a handicap ramp and really can't afford to have one built. So I'm part of that team. I'm part of the team that also shoots. We meet on Sunday afternoon. So I'm Van, backyard carpenter. The other backyard carpenter, Jane, she's at work. She works for the county board, and this has been fun. Again, I'm just making these out of scrap material, making shotgun racks. So when they walk up, there's usually 4 to a team, walk up to wherever the station is, 1 through 11. Then they have now a place to put their shotguns while they're waiting their turn. Until another day, happy Thanksgiving.